covering the PGA Tour. Welcome to TPC 17th Island Green. This is Rich Lerner alongside the event. And for fans, Frank, it's one of the most...
You never really know what you're going to put on your scorecard. The fans know that, and the...
Gentle opening hole, but still not a gimme three.
No, it isn't. But a poor second shot, especially if you miss this green on the left, then it's a very tough up and down.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Differently with your setup.
Just dig my feet into the sand a little bit more, but make sure you focus on the exact spot on the ball you want to hit.
That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. That was not a very good read right there. Locked in on the read and the speed. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
2-1 over par early on in this round. Second hole here at Sawgrass, 532-yard par 5. Frank, considered one of the easier holes on the golf course, is that right?
Yeah, you don't have to hit it miles down there. Anything that turns a little to the player's left certainly helps. There are some trees down the left side. Just want to avoid those. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Headed for the bunker, I think. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Miguel Angel Jimenez has this for birdie. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at 1 over. Setting up for the third hole here at TPC Sawgrass. Relatively short par 3 at 177 yards.
But you've got to carry that ball at least 4 or 5 yards onto this green, even when it's firm.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot for Miguel Angel Jimenez. Do that in the hole. Tremendous shot. Frank, how would you describe the bunker all along the right here at number 4?
Well, it looks like it never stops. It covers really the entire length of that tee shot down the right side.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Not easy to control from that kind of a lie, is it, Frank?
No, obviously you could see in the back of his mind, don't go left. So it just depends how far right this is going to finish.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Drops it, and he's at even par. Now to the 5th. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, if you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But if you're not as long, you have to air down that left side.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough. Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not
Not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It would have been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So I got to give him a pat on the back for that.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. These putts keep the round together. Oh my gosh, that hurts.
No, that's a shot gone forever. Even par currently.
Drops not one but 2 shots with that double bogey. Hole number 6. I really like this hole, Frank. It's fun par 4.
Yeah, very claustrophobic tee shot. Heading through that chute to the fairway. Starts to open up and then it sort of shrinks in again because of all the palm trees around this green. But very short par 4. So if you're good with a wedge, good chance for 3.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. And it makes the green in regulation. And getting ready for the putt. Oh, he's going to love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
Seventh hole here at Sawgrass. Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and look at the green, it's a straightaway hole. But that fairway goes to the left, then it comes back to the right. But they're all optical illusions.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Now the approach to the seventh. Frank, what do you need to be mindful of here?
It's rather narrow in the front of this green, and then there's some mounds both right and left. Be very aware of those mounds. They can actually help you out.
Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. That one is going to end up in the rough. Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. And setting up here in the rough. And he's made the green. He has made plenty of these in his distinguished international career. Miguel Angel Jimenez. Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Frank, 17 here at TPC Sawgrass gets all the attention when you look at the par threes. Justifiably so. But number 8 is a daunting challenge in its own right.
It is. Longest of the 4 par threes. Plus, it's just littered with bunkers around the side, the back, and the front.
And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
As this one for par. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. This is the third for Jimenez.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Here's the man with the best ponytail in the game. He's also a pretty good putter. Miguel Angel Jimenez for birdie. That's a third birdie on the day. Getting set now for the back 9 here at TPC Sawgrass. Frank, what should we expect?
Well, there's a good run of holes. 10, obviously very birdieable. 11th, the par 5. 12th, a short par 4. A good chance to get this round really going.
So the shot has landed, I'm not sure if it's on the mulch or in the mulch. Either way, it's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have mulch of a shot. You're left.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just a couple of feet. Still even par for the day. Now the time to be aggressive. Par 5, 558-yard, 11th hole, Frank. What's the key here?
Tee it high and let it fly. This is the big chance here. This is one of the widest fairways on the golf course. This is where you chance it all.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's fine.
This has really been a challenge all day long with these winds coming from different directions, changing speeds. It's gone from 15 upwards to 25 miles per hour. Really a test for the players. Headed for the bunker? In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Third shot coming up now from the bunker. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Miguel Angel Jimenez with the putt. This one has a good line. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
Down to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par 4s. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance.
Second shot for Miguel Angel Jimenez.
safely on deck.
Early part of this second nine, and a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
Chance for back-to-back.
Really has it going now. Consecutive birdies. One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par threes, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par three.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. And he's made it onto the green. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. 14th hole, 481-yard par 4, ranking second in difficulty, Frank.
Yeah, this one always gets overlooked, Rich. You've only got to flick the drive a little left, and all of a sudden your round just gets completely wrecked. Ask Vijay Singh. It cost him a Players' Championship. Many a player there has dealt with that left side. You will pay the price.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Well, we've seen this before today. In the bunker. Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the third shot. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Frank, he has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 5th hole seems to have knocked him off course just a bit. Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right. This is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on the green, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
Here's the colorful Spaniard, Miguel Angel Jimenez, with the approach shot. He'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Pretty good shot right there. So just a formality here. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Wow, you know he'd like to have that one back. Inside of 125 yards or so, and doesn't even hit the green. Miguel Angel Jimenez, 4th shot. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. -1 for the day. Now to maybe the most famous hole in the whole sport. It's the 17th here at the stadium course, the TPC Sawgrass. Frank, if you look at it on the card, it seems so simple. It's just 137 yards. For the best in the world, that's a pitching wedge, maybe a 9-iron. And yet every year we see nightmares galore.
And that's where you have to remind yourself what can and what does happen here. I normally cut the green in half here. It's 26 yards deep. So if you just take 13 yards off the yardage, you have 124 yards to the middle of the green. That has to be your target. This is no time to be a hero. You can still have a putt for birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Beautiful touch. Nice putt. People always talk about 17 being visually intimidating. Frank, what about 18?
If there's a little bit of wind off the right, the tee shot is so much easier. But if that wind is coming off the water, not only do you see the water and the wooden bulkheads, you see all the rough and the trees on the right. And, of course, then you start bringing 5, 6, 7, even 8 into play. That's what makes this tee shot so hard. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Well, Frank, you want to finish it off in style. The approach here to the final hole.
You'd take anything that lands in the middle of this green. Mind you, Hal Sutton, be the right club. Hard to forget that. Even Adam Scott, remember his first big championship win all those years ago. 3-iron from the middle of the fairway, wet, daunting second shot.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Here's the man with the best ponytail in the game. He's also a pretty good putter. Miguel Angel Jimenez for birdie. Finished with a final score of 69. Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it going?
First thing, really, Rich, just try and keep the same composure for tomorrow's round. Get some rest. We know that. Shouldn't really have to hit the range. Swings in good position. Just keep it easy and visualize how tomorrow's going to pan out.